Welcome to my book journey. Today I have a little different video for you today, and this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Thinking about it, sharing it, and sharing it with you all. And even before I came on BookTube is the story that I've been wanting to share with people because it is so important to me, and it is something that a lot of people struggle with in their lives, and they go on a up and down journey with, really. And if you saw the title of my video, you know it's I'm going to be talking about my own personal fitness journey, and that's what I call it, really, a journey, because it has gone up and down through the past several years when I really made it a priority in my life. So I wanted to start, and I always, when I tell people about my journey, usually I start in 2018, and you'll see why. But when I was thinking about making this video and talking about everything, I realized, you know what, it didn't start 2018. Actually started in 2016. And so, and I'll tell you, and you'll see the reason why. So my family and I had recently moved to Louisville, Kentucky, and to be closer to my daughter and her family, and want to be close to my grandkids. And I got a job, really great job, working at a local hospital and working for a doctor's office, specialty office, neurologist. A great office. It had a lot of, very busy, because of busy practice, because it had a lot of neurologists, different specialties and that kind of thing. So it was a busy office. And this job that I got, I really, really loved. And the company was really great for their employees and everything. And one of the things that they motivated people to do was, of course, get healthy, working for a health department. And one year they did what's called a couch to 10K. And I thought, that sounds really interesting. And I thought, maybe I could do something like that, because I would totally be couch to 10K, because, my job was at a desk all day. And then when I went home, I didn't do any exercise or anything. It was just work and home. And so I thought this would be pretty interesting for me to do. And I asked my husband if he wanted to join me in doing that. And so we did. And it was like, I'm trying to think of how long the program was, but it was several weeks that they organized this. And people that signed up, we met every weekend and went on long walks and runs with each other to build up our stamina to do this 10K that was going to take place in October of that year. And so I did it. And they gave us a cool plan to start. Remember, we're starting from couch, so like maybe walking and then running so many minutes, and then walking, and then running so many minutes, and then walking. And then we had a little thing on our phone, on our app, that we would do that in our neighborhood. And we kept building up. And then the big day came, and I'll make sure to put some pictures up here. And I went and with the team, we had a team that went, and the thing was so cool. There's so many people that do this. It was, like I said, it's a big thing, and a lot of people were there. And there was even some people that were dressed, because it's on October, some young people were dressed up in their costumes gonna do this. I thought that was funny. But anyway, so I did. It was tough, but I did it. I did the whole thing, and I was like, wow, I actually accomplished something. And at first I was like, am I really going to do this? A lot of times I would sign up for stuff I never did, but I did it. I did the whole training, and I went to the race, and I got my medal. And afterwards I thought, you know what, because at the end of let's see, here it is, my medal, and everybody got one. As we crossed over the finish line, they gave us the medal. And I thought at the end they gave us we could see our times and everything. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to do this next year, and I'm going to better my time. Well, next year came and went, and I never went back, and I have still not done another 10K. Never gone back. That is going to be a goal this year, because I've always wanted to do it again, and I just never did it. I always said, okay, I'm going to start training in maybe like in the summer, so by the time October comes, I'll be prepared to do that. Well, I never did it. Okay, so that was 2016. And so like I said, I was at this hospital, doctor's office, great office. But one thing about this office is that they had a lot of like not businesses, but people would bring in lunch for the office many times. I was so surprised, especially when I first started there. Later on, they didn't do it as much, but when I first started working there would be days when somebody would bring us breakfast, somebody would bring us lunch, and then later on, somebody else would bring us a snack during the day. And so I was of the mind of, who's going to say no to free food? And so I was eating all this food, taking it, just, hey, it's free. I'm going to eat all this free food. I am living a sedentary lifestyle because I'm just, like I said, I'm at my desk all day, and then I went home and sat down. So, and then I'm just consuming all these calories daily without even a thought. And it doesn't really hit me really until one day, and it really was a God thing for sure. One day my office was on the 3rd floor, and most of the time I would just take the elevator up during the day. And for whatever reason, one day, I don't know why, maybe the elevator was working, I don't know. I don't remember that part. But I decided to walk up those 3 flights of stairs. Well, by the time I got to the 3rd floor of where my office was, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. My heart was beating, I just felt horrible. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm not well, I'm not healthy. I've let myself I had gained so much weight the past year, really, and it was not right. And I will post a picture up here. And this is a picture that I always look back to as like my start of my fitness journey. When I tell people my story, the photo that I have up here is my Marshall, my grandson. He was having like a little graduation at his church, and their church is right down the street from where my office was. So I took the time off and I went down there. So that's why I'm in my scrubs. And so I'm in my scrubs, and so this is what I wore at work every day. And so I took that picture with him when I love him and loved that picture. But when I saw that picture, I realized I'm way over the weight that I should be. And so I decided then, like, God, I need to do something. I want to live to see my grandchildren get older. I'm walking up 3 flights of stairs and I'm gonna pass out. I'm not healthy. I need to do something about my health. And God sent somebody, really, he really did, because it was around that same time period. I was at my church. There was a woman named Janet, and she was I didn't really know her. I don't know if I knew her before then, but she was a member of the church, of my church where I attended, and she was a fitness instructor, and she put a message in our church Facebook page saying that she was going to start training, like a personal trainer for people if anybody was interested. She had never done this before. She had done training like at like the Y and things like that, but she was wanting to do something like individually on a one-on-one basis. And it was going to be for 12 weeks. She was offering a program for people that whoever wanted to. And I saw that and I was like, this is exactly what I need. I needed somebody to help me, because in the past, like years and years ago, I have tried going to gyms many years ago, and then you pay your fee and then you never go, and then because I don't know how to use any of the stuff. Or I would back in the day there was like VHS tapes where that you would put in your VCR, for people that remember VCRs, and there would be like workout videos that you would do. I had some years ago and would collect dust. I would do it maybe once or twice and never do it again. So I said, if I have somebody to show me what to do, and then part of her program was that she would give you a list of things to do during the week, you know, exercises, and then she would meet with you at the end of the week on Saturday, and she'd say, okay, did you do this? did you do everything I assigned you to? So that was a motivation for me, because I didn't want to look bad in front of Janet to say, no, I didn't do it. No, it was that accountability that helped me do this. And she was wonderful. And I'll never forget that. I always remember this. She gave me a list of exercises, like on this day, do this and this and this. And some of these exercises, I didn't know that, you know, they all have names and things. I'm like, what is a burpee? What the heck is a burpee? Oh, I found out what a burpee was. But one of the things, she had a list of exercises, and there was like things that I would do on the floor on a mat, like sit-ups or certain things. And she had them mixed up, and I told her, hey, because she wanted me to go in a particular order. And I was like, hey, why don't I do all the sit-up, the ones on the mat, all at the same time while I'm down there? And she's like, no, I want you getting up and down. I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah. It's like, I'm thinking, well, why don't I do them all on the ground when I'm there? No, she wanted me to be on the ground, get up, down. You know, that was part of the workout. So I started doing that. And also to start my journey, and I call it a journey because it was a journey, because I went from zero to, you know, to do stuff. But, you know, she told me it's going to take some time to learn how to do all these exercises. But if you're faithful and you know, keep up with it, you know, it'll come easier as time goes on. And so I did a little notebook, because I wanted to journal my journey. And so I'll read, and as I was looking through I have several that I have, and as I was looking through these, I forgot that I would put down like the first week, and then I would do a verse. I was like, oh, I need to do that. Remember to do that, because I started a new journal for now. So this, for the week one, I'll just read this. It says, Psalm 37:5 says, commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust in him and he will help you. As that was a perfect verse for me at that time. I had to commit this fitness journey to him, and he was going to make it possible for me to do that, because he wants me to be healthy. You know, he wants me to take care of the body that he gave me. And so commit everything you do to the Lord, trust him, and he will help you. Psalm 37:5. I'll put that up here. So I'll just read a little bit about, I haven't even looked at this, but so September 17th, 2018. I said, day one of my journey back to health. Yeah, day one of my journey back to health. It says, I got up 30 minutes earlier at 5 a.m. to do my circuit. And so I'm working at this point. So I have to get all my workouts done before I went in for work. And so there was times I remember doing them after work, and then some, but later on I realized it was best for me to do them before work, because it gave me energy. I didn't realize it at the time, but it really did give me energy for the day. Let's see, it says here, I got up 30 minutes earlier at 5 a.m. to do my circuit, which Janet would give me. Now to drink more water today, and walk the stairs at work. It was good that no coffee at home. This will be a hard thing to change how I drink my coffee. And it still is. A lot of you lucky people that love to drink their coffee black, like my husband. I'm not one of those. I like to put stuff in my coffee, and which is, you know, adds up, empty calories, right? Creams and that kind of thing. So that's a struggle for me now, because I just love to have a creamy hot coffee in the morning. So That's something that I deal with. So I said, I have to, but I'll figure out something out. I am hopeful that I'll see some changes in the next 12 weeks. So it was 12 weeks. I am thankful for Janet's help to keep me on track. I don't want to look bad, and that is a big motivation for me to do these things, right, that I'm supposed to do. Lord, give me the strength to keep going when I don't want to. It was hard getting up and down, talking about getting up and down, so hopefully that will be easier as the weeks go on. And it did get easier. I mean, and this little journal, I would track, like do my what I would do, cardio and things like that. And I always had my scripture, little different verse, which kept me going, and just stickers just to encouraging things. And it was good to track everything. And I want to continue. I mean, that was one of the things that motivated me going back. And I haven't looked at these in a long time. I just got these out for the video. And as I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, so I really need to look back at this. One of the things, I tabbed a couple things to share, because this is one thing that is so wonderful when you read something like that, when you experience something like this. It's like, I was able to fit into my, and I won't say the size, my size jeans that I haven't worn in over 2 years. So I was able to get into a pair of jeans that I hadn't been able to wear in 2 years. Big, which is a big deal. And then this one is from the following year, March 2019. I said, I did my 30-minute Tabata this morning. Then I ran up the stairs, the stairs at work, the 3 flights. I ran up the stairs. What? Yes, I ran up all 3 flights. All 3 flights. Whereas in the beginning, walking up those 3 flights and stopping a couple times, I was out of breath. But by this time, I was already able to walk, run up those stairs. This is a cute one that I did so after so many weeks, I would do a new one. And I kind of went crazy with that one. And see, I tabbed a couple things here in my fitness journal. So one of the things that I did during this year was, there was a month where we did planks, and this is another thing that I never even heard of, but planks are pretty hard. And at that month, I did worked up my time to hold a plank, and my final plank, this was in August of 2019. It won't sound like a lot, but it is for me, for holding a plank, was 1 minute and 34 seconds, and that's a long time when you're holding a plank. and then I'll talk about that later. Okay, so I got, like I said, I started working with Janet, and she helped me. So I did 2 12-week sessions with Janet. I did the whole 12 weeks, and then I re-upped and I did another 12 weeks to get a really good ground with her, and I did really well. She also helped me with my eating, with recipes and things like that. So it was all encompassing, and it was really a great time for me to learn new things and to really do them, and she helped with that. And her coming every Saturday was that accountability that I needed. And I also picked up a fitness journal to help me, and I would track like measurements, different things. And like these are her, this is what she would give me this paper, and I would just put it in my journal with all the things that she wanted me to do that week. And I said with how many reps and everything to do during the day. And it was tough, but we did it together, and she helped me. And always in my fitness journals, I would put some scripture to help me through the week. And so I went through all that. And then in the beginning of 2019, she said during the week also to do like some cardio. And she goes, you can find videos online to do for free for cardio and things. So, and I started looking at different ones. There was one that I really like, called, her name was PJ, and she did for workouts for women over 40. And I really enjoyed her channel. I did a lot of her workouts. But then I ran across Sydney Cummings, and she was out of North Carolina in Charlotte, and her videos were on YouTube and they were free. And at first when I was watching her, I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot do this woman's videos. But then I started doing them, and it wasn't, and it's hard to explain, but her videos were not only, I mean, I knew the exercises because a lot of them were the ones Janet had already showed me how to do, but she was a trainer that really taught you how to do the exercises and motivated you and inspired you. Every one of her videos, as she's talking you through it, she's doing the workout along with you. She is encouraging you and just giving you such inspiration at the end of the workout and the talks. And I'll tell you one thing is so funny. One thing that I really liked about her, and it's kind of weird, but I noticed in all her videos, she would start sweating. She was like sweating, like she's full, because this was, people would ask her, how many workouts do you do a day? And she's like, I only do this one. The one I record with you this is the only workout I do during the day. I work out with you, so I give it my all. And she did. She would be sweating, and I'm thinking, you know, I've watched videos in the past. Remember I told you these VHS videos, and all these women were all make-upped and pretty, and I'm like, when I work out, I'm like sweating and everything. So seeing her sweat and doing that, I was like, hey, she's just a normal person that is doing the work. And like I said, that kind of odd, but that was something. And then so I started working out with her every day, and her videos, she still has her channel up and she has so many videos, but I started doing her every day because she would drop a workout video every day. And I started doing that really religiously, and she made working out fun. I really had fun. And then she talked about, you know, to invest in things that will help you, and which I did. So I bought you know, I bought some weights. And so I bought the little ones first. I bought the 5. Although you can really do some good workouts with I learned later with 5-pound weights, with different, depending on what workout you're doing. So I started with 5-pound weights. I got some 8s, and then get the bad boys, the 10s. And then later on, invested, they're downstairs in my basement, but I think my largest set of weights, dumbbells, is 35 pounds that my husband got me for Christmas. And they were an investment, and I have used them. I really have used them. And that was interesting because for me, the strength part of the workout was my favorite. I mean, cardio's tough, but I do a lot of low impact, but you know, which is still tough. But cardio, strength, and doing those strength workouts were always so great. So in March of so I started doing her videos like at the beginning of the year, and then March of 2019, at the end of the month, I joined what is called the Sydney Squad, and that is something that she had on Facebook, a Facebook group that we joined. So it was a private group that she would come on and give us extra teaching, extra coaching, and also so that we could be accountable with one another on there. And there was, probably when I joined, there was maybe about 200 people or so, and we would ask questions to her, questions of each other, and we would post what we called our sweaty selfies, and just share the things that we were struggling with, our accomplishments. And it was a great community, really, really wonderful, that I needed for that accountability. Since I didn't have Janet coming over anymore, I needed accountability with people to help me through. And we did her workouts together. And then there was times when later on, I found a group of women, and we would do Zoom. People probably think this is weird, but we would get together on a Zoom call and do the workout together. And that was so fun. I did that a lot during one year that we had this group, that we did that and had formed some good friendships. And so in October of 2019, Sydney did what she called announced that she was going to have this Fitcation. And yeah, Fitcation. Instead of vacation, a Fitcation. And so I asked my husband, I said, hey, I would really love to go this weekend and work out with Sydney. And she was going to do a outdoor workout, and for like a 30-minute workout. And he's like, you want to drive all the way to North Carolina for a workout? I'm like, yeah. And it was also to meet her, and because we were part of the Sydney squad, we were going to meet her and go to her studio, and then meet others that we already knew, online during that year. And so we did, and I'm so thankful to Kenny to taking the time off work and driving down to North Carolina. I'll put a picture of him up here. One of the things that we did was we all got together as a group, the Sydney, I think it was just the Sydney squad, and she took us, Sydney and her husband took us to an area near them that was a neat place to go walking, and we went for a walk and that kind of thing. And then we also got to visit her studio where she did her workouts, where she filmed her workouts, and I'll put a picture up here. And that was so fun to meet everybody and talk to her in person. It was like, so it was so awesome. And then of course that Saturday, or was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday morning, we did the workout, and it was in a park in open field. So many people. It was so fun. And I do have, let's see, I wrote that in my journal here. When I got back, I put just got back from Sydney's studio, so fun. Ken took lots of pictures, and I even got to dance with everyone. There was a portion, and I'll try to remember, put that video up here too, of when we were in the studio after we talked and everything and took pictures. They just put some music on, and everybody was dancing, and I was kind of standing in the background just watching, watching these young girls. A lot of, they were all ages, but most of them were younger than me, and they were all dancing. I was just watching and standing in the back and watching everybody dance with Sydney. And then all of a sudden she just comes out of where she's at. She grabs me and she pulls me onto the stage, and she's like, no, you're gonna dance too. Can't just be standing there. And so I was dancing with her. It was so fun. And so my husband has that video. Hopefully we'll find it, and I'll be able to put that for you to see. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. And then I wrote Sunday, I can't put into words how great the boot camp was, which is what the thing. Over 100 people showed up to work out. It was amazing. And even though I was in the very back row, and I'll show a video of that too. Sydney called out my name. Everyone made me feel special, and I crushed it. And so I was all in a big circle, and I was in the back row because Kenny was right behind me filming and everything. And her husband was going, he was filming. It was so funny. He was on some kind of, what was it called? It was like a skateboard that went by itself. I don't know what you call those, but he had his camera, and she was like worried that he was going to fall and break their camera. But he was driving around recording, and he went past in the back. And during the workout, she said she saw me way in the back. She goes, Alma, what are you doing way back there in the back? I'm like, and Kenny told me later, goes, oh, I wish I would have been filming that when she said that. But it was so much fun to work out with everybody out there, and it was so fun. And then
20 seconds. Go. Oh, sorry, I ran out of time. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8. Stay right here. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. And burpee. And give someone a high five. You have made it through your workout. Stay right here. We're going to cool it down. Grab some water. We're going to cool it down. Stay right here. Woo, nice job.
Goodbye, super sweat.
You made it.
Yeah.
All right.
I got to, afterwards, give her a big hug. And then there also, she had us, there was a place where we take pictures and things. And then there was also a place for us to, she had a video camera there where we could record for her. And it was, I think she wanted us to talk, to answer a question about our journey and everything. And I was watching people were in line, and some people were tearing up, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm glad to be here, and yay. As soon as I start talking, I start bawling like a baby, saying how much this all meant to me at the time. I was just so overwhelmed, and I was bawling. And yeah, I don't even remember what I said, but I was so excited. So then that is when like I said, I started getting serious about my health, and it was fun. And I had that, the Sydney squad to help me. And I kept going and going and losing the weight. I'll show my before and after picture right here. I used this one because it was that one with my grandson, and I'm in my scrubs, right? So it's good to take pictures of things when you're wearing the same thing, so you can see. So I went from I will tell you the size here. I went from a 2X. Scrub size, which was already at that time started to be tight, and then down to a medium size. Or it might have been small. It was small or medium, but it was, I mean, you can tell the difference in the picture. And and that's really when you start seeing how much, and it wasn't overnight by any means. And that's something I'll get back to here in a second. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It was working out every day, and you know, drinking my water, which I don't do as often as I should. That's another thing I'm gonna be working on this year. And doing the workouts, doing the stretches that she also gave us, which is something I never thought about. She would have us do, when I first started doing her program, we did the workouts. I did a workout Monday through Saturday, every day, without fail. I was doing it every day. And then on Sunday was our rest day. And then she would have a stretch video for us to do. And that's when I realized, oh, wow, I can't really do all these. But, like, you know, the more I did it, the better I felt. And that's another thing I kind of fell out of. So was really happy that I was feeling good, had energy. And people at work started to note, like, wow, you know. But I also give credit to right before, you know, when I was walking up those steps, and I was out of breath. And Janet, even before Janet, there was a woman, one of my coworkers. Her name is Heather, and she was always eating. You know, when I was telling you all these free food that would come to us, she wouldn't eat it. And I'm like, what? Why isn't she not eating this free, delicious food that they're giving us? And she wouldn't eat it. She would always eat what she brought from home. She was so good. And I asked her, you know, one time, you know, and she told me her journey. And for her, it was very similar because, or even more so, because she had heart issues. And she showed me pictures of herself before. And then, you know, she had to make that decision, or it was going to be her life. And she, you know, she was going through that journey too. And eating healthy, working out at the gym. She worked out at the gym. And so when I started doing my my journey, I credited her as an inspiration, you know, because she was around my age. She's like, oh, she can do it at our age, and I should be able to do it too. And that's my inspiration to you all. After the end of the year and into the 2019, I had lost so much weight. I had gained so much strength and energy, and I was able to do things that I never thought I could do. I was able to do those burpees. Like I said, I didn't know what a burpee was. I was able to do those burpees. And here I'm a lot older than a lot of the people that I went to that fitness thing was, but I was able to do it. And even Sydney says in her videos, you know, be happy and be blessed that your body can do what it can right now, and you're just making it stronger, you know. And so I started doing that, and then life happened. Of course, we had the pandemic and the 2020, but even that didn't stop me from working out. I did that anyway because I worked from home. So I know a lot of people couldn't go to their gyms because they shut down the gyms, but I was already used to working at home with Sydney, and so that didn't affect me. What really affected me was I had some loss in my family. I lost my mom, and I lost my older brother, and that when my older brother passed, it affected me in ways I wasn't prepared for, and it really got me, and it affected my body. I went through a time of, like, I was really, I don't, it probably was anxiety, but I thought I was having heart issues, and it was just a big mess, and I kind of lost my way in that way, and little by little I wasn't doing the 5 workouts that I normally do. I kind of started weaning back, and maybe I only did 4 or only did 2, and the more and more got away. And then another life change happened was when I stopped working full time. And so because my family and I wanted to homeschool my daughter, and because we were making sacrifices as far as, we were losing my full-time income, we cut off a lot of things that, a lot of subscriptions and things like that. And one of the things I cut off was my subscription to the Sydney Squad, because I thought, I don't really need that right now. I can still do her workouts online. I don't need, to have the Sydney Squad. And that was just extra. But, I think it did affect, because I didn't have that accountability anymore. I would do the workouts when I felt like it, but it wasn't accountable to me, and it wasn't important to me. I had other things going on with life change and everything, and as life does. And now, fast forward, I still had been doing my workouts. I still had, let's see, this is my last, I had my, journal, fitness journals. This is my 2023 journal. And I was still kind of tracking, but not as much as I was before. It wasn't a priority. And I wasn't eating right. I wasn't doing the things I should be. And so it kind of went full circle. I'm at full circle now, because I remember I told you that I did the couch to 10K. Well, I was so disappointed in this. I was so disappointed and kind of bitter in a way, because I went all that time, those weeks, running every week, running every day and training. And then I even did it. And, I was bitter because I said, I didn't even lose any weight. I didn't lose anything. All that time, I expected, I didn't lose any weight. And I was upset. It's like, well, if I'm going to do all this, why bother? So that's why I didn't do anything for those 2 years. I just forget about running, forget about walking, just keep doing what you're doing, because it doesn't matter anyway. I was bitter. But then when I was talking to Janet, 2 years later, when I started, she started talking about all the things, and then also with Sydney, when she would say, this workout that you're with me is good, but you have to, it's not just this, it's a lifestyle that you have to change all things. You have to drink your water. You have to get good sleep. You have to eat well. And I didn't do that. I did the walking, but I didn't change anything else. So that's why I didn't lose weight, because I was still eating the bad stuff I was, So I'm kind of come full circle again. I've been doing maybe 2 or 3 workouts a week, but I'm not eating the way I should. I'm definitely not drinking my water the way I should. And so I've gained all that, the weight that I lost years ago. It's kind of come back. It's come back. And I realized, but you know what? It's like, there's never, I don't have to quit. I can keep going, or what do I say? I can still do it because I've done it before. And it's funny, I always think of that your Harry Potter fans might know that scene where he's it's in my favorite Harry Potter movie, the Azkaban. At the very end, when he's when the, oh gosh, I can't think of what those things are, Dementors are trying to get his friend, and he has to do that special spell, and he does it, and then Hermione asks him, how'd you do it? And he's like, well, because it was a whole time thing. He's like, well, because I knew I had done it before, so I knew I could do it again. He saw himself do it in the past, so he knew he could do it again. And that's how I feel. I have done it before. I've gone through the work. I've done my workouts. I've done eating right. I've done drinking the water and enjoyed the workouts and gotten the energy. I've done it before, so I can do it again. I just need to start and need to get serious about it. And so I've been doing, I started a new, where's my new one at here? It's not as cute. Well, it is kind of cute. I found a little notebook, and I'm started my fitness journey, and I'm doing, doing notes. I now that I saw my old ones, I'm going to remember now to put my verse in, because I hadn't remembered to do that. But I'm putting my, what I'm doing, what I'm eating every day, just tracking how I feel, and then, getting serious about that. And then I also got my new planner, fitness planner for this year, where I'll be able to track everything and write things down as well. And then just an extra thing, because not only for me, but for my daughter in our homeschool, where we use a lot of gather round homeschool things, and for their they have like a family fitness plan that we're going to do together. And so we have the companion guide that shows us all the exercises to do, and then it's kind of similar to what Janet gave me starting, where they give you like so many exercises to do and how many reps to do for each day. So we're going to do that. It's going to be, it's good to start at a young age so that you get these habits, and it is a lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle that you have to continue every day to, make these things a part of your life, so that they come second nature. And for those several years, it really was my workouts were second nature. I would when I look back on my Facebook memories all the time, it's always a workout. I would always post, oh, I did this work. I was posting all the time about doing Sydney's workouts and how great I felt. And, I was able to lift more weight. I was able to get more reps in or whatever. I was seeing those small accomplishments as the weeks went on. And so it was so fun. And I want to get back to that. I want to have that kind of sense of accomplishment again. And before I get too far, because, there's going to be, with age and everything, there's going to be a time when I'm not going to be able to do all these things just because my body won't let me. But right now I can do it because my body can let me, and I need to take advantage of that and feel blessed that, this is the only body that I have to take care of. And, it's the one God gave me, and I can make it stronger. I can work hard during the weeks, during the day, to feel better, to feel just to be healthy, and not only for myself, but for my children and my grandchildren. So let me look at my notes. I have a whole list. I didn't even use them. I was going to use my notes and I totally forgot. But I'm just going to look through my notes to see if I made sure I talked about everything I wanted to talk about with you. I think so. I think I did. So the reason I'm doing, he's like, why are you telling us this? Why are you telling us? Because I want to use you as my accountability. So during 2025, I'm going to be doing, my best to do all my workouts, do my stretches. I made myself a little goal of doing a stretch every day. And I really need to do that now because I haven't been doing them at all for years. And so I started a little tracker, and this one side is my workouts, and then one side is for my stretch, doing a stretch. And you know, there's probably going to be days when I don't do my stretch, but if I'm going to try to do them right after I do my workouts. So I'm already downstairs, and then I have a treadmill that a lovely friend from the church gave me this nice treadmill. I think she gave it to me last year. Have I used it? Maybe 3 or 4 times. Isn't that terrible? And you want to know why I don't use it? So it's like I don't want to put my tennis shoes on when I'm home. I'm like, well, I don't want to bother putting on my tennis shoes to get on this treadmill. And that, you know, that's the excuse I give myself. So I have that. So I do need to do my my workout, whatever. And like I said, Sydney, and I'll link her channel below. She gives us a program each month to follow, and so each day she'll, you know, we're working a different thing. Like one day will be, I love it when she does Mondays like a full body workout, strength workout, and then the next day might be arms, upper body, and then the next day might be a leg workout, and she goes back and forth, and then she'll throw an ab and cardio or something in there too. But for me, I need the extra movement because I just do. My metabolism, the way it runs, I just need that. I know from past experience, that's what helped me before to make those accomplishments. I would do her video, but I would also add extra cardio to my workouts. And also, she would have a 60-minute workout, which just sounds crazy, but I would do those. So I'm going to do what I plan on doing is doing her workout, whatever it is for strength, and then add on some cardio during the day. And that could be another cardio workout with her, or getting on that, putting on my tennis shoes and just doing the treadmill. And that would be helpful because then I can put some headphones on and listen to an audiobook. You know, that would be good. Then I could get some of my reading done, and then do my workout, get my cardio in. And then once the weather is nicer, maybe go on some walks with Ellie. That would be good too. And by the way, did I say today is like we're having a winter storm? Today's Sunday. My church canceled. A lot of churches in this area have canceled their services because we're having a ton of snow. It's been snowing nonstop. It's a winter storm that's rolling through, and it's been going on since early this morning. That's why they canceled church, and it's still going. I'll put a video up here, picture. Ooh, look at Rocky go. Okay, we got quite a bit more snow. It's been going nonstop. Rocky, he loves the snow. Look at that. No signs of stopping. We can build a snowman, Ellie. Well, maybe not yet. Look at the table. That's going to show us how much. Rocky. Oop. And so as soon as the weather is nicer, we'll be able to go outside and walk. I'm so sorry this video has been long, but I really wanted to get on here and, like I said, share this journey with you, and just let you know, if I really think that if I can do it, and like I said, I did accomplish all my goals back then, and you know, if I can do it, and I'm somebody that never has been, even when I was in high school and things, doing anything kind of like running or walk, and I didn't like any of that stuff. So this is so foreign to me. So if, you know, if I can do it, then you can definitely do it. That's what I say. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. And just know that you will feel so much better, especially after a workout. You just feel so energized. You just feel so like you've accomplished something in yourself. And you can always start, and that's what I like about Sydney's videos, is that you can be at any level, and do, like what she always says is like, don't, how does she say it? don't stop and go or something. I wish I would. She had so many fun, cute sayings. Oh, stop and breathe, but don't stop and leave. Like she's like, you know, so if you need to stop and breathe, that's fine, but don't stop and leave. You know, keep on going, and modify when you know. I'd modify my exercises all the time, constantly modifying things. Okay, so my challenge to you is to, you know, especially if you're dealing with health issues. I have, you know, I always have in the background, my dad, he had heart issues. He passed away because of heart issues, and he had diabetes. So that's always lingering in the back of my mind. And, you know, I don't want to get that far in my health, let it get away from me, that I end up getting those kind of health issues that are just going to be harder and harder to deal with as time goes on. So I want to, you know, prevent those from happening and get myself back to a healthier lifestyle. And it's going to be hard at first because I'm you know, stop, you know, and you always try to do a little bit at a time. Don't try to do everything all at once, because then you feel defeated when you don't do everything, you know. Just do a little bit at a time, and then you'll feel yourself being able to progress and progress and progress. And so that's one thing I'm going to do with you all. If you'll allow me this time, I'm going to come back at the end of each month and let you know how I did. Did I do my workouts? Did I eat well? Did I drink my water? Oh my goodness, the water thing. You know, the water thing was so funny because I would, when I had Janet, she'd tell me, you know, you drink this much amount of water. I'm like, oh. So I started doing it. And I used to, thankfully in my office, the bathroom was like right around the corner from my desk, because I was constantly going up and down, and I told her, I go, what? I drink all this water, I have to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. And she's like, yes. But the more you do it, your body will get used to it, and it won't happen to you that way. So I'm back to that stage where I need to drink more water and just let my body get used to it. And you don't realize how much, at least for me, you realize how little water I drink. And it's like, your body needs water, you know, for all the things, that the functions and everything, that your cells and everything that your body needs water. And I would always say, well, does coffee count? That's for my water. No, you need to drink water. So #1 challenge for me this month especially is to start drinking more water, and everything else. And invest in things. Invest in little weights that you can use at home, you know. You know, you can get them at thrift stores and things. You can find them for cheap. And also this one is, I'm going to put this out. I invested in these, they're called bands. I can't remember what their name is. These are Sydney's that I bought years ago. And you just put them around your thighs, and you do like a lot of glute work with these. Oh, they make it a little spicy, but they're very, she has a lot of band workouts that she does, or she'll throw them in a leg workout, and they're so effective. And this is one of the things that I'm so glad I invested in. And besides my weights, is those bands, because they really come in handy. Okay, that's gonna be it. I'm going too long on this video, but like I said, I just wanted to share that with you. And like I said, I'm gonna come back at the end of the month and talk to you about what worked and what didn't. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will be able to see some kind of improvement on my health and the way I just carry myself, and just know that I worked hard and that I could do it. And also for my daughter, to get her in that, into that, getting used to living in that kind of lifestyle. Start at a young age. Because I told Sydney, I go, you know, I wish I would have known you. Of course, she wasn't born then, but I wish I would have known you when I was in my early 20s, you know, if I would have started way back when, then I would have had this lifestyle. So all of you that are young, you know, start now. Or if you're like me, you know, it's never too late. It's never too late to start, to get healthy. And so that's all I have for you today. Comment below if you've had a similar fitness journey. You know, at first when I was younger, it was all about, you know, what I look like. I want to look like this. But now as I've gotten older, it's like, no, I want to get healthy. I want to feel healthy and get healthy, and the way I look and fit in my clothes, that's bonus points. That really is bonus points. It's how I feel and my heart health and everything. So comment below if you've had similar experiences and what you've done in the past that have helped and have helped you in your journey. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Sorry, it was such a long video, but I just wanted to share, you know, put my heart out there and share this topic that's so important to me.